Hey guys, it's the Power Couple,
And
and
Logan.
you count as one of the couple.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so this podcast is I wrote down a couple notes, but it's gonna be pretty, lax, so we could talk about anything and everything that happened in 2016, but we'll try to keep to the goods and bads for us personally.
And I'll try to talk too.
Yeah, sorry.
Things happen to me too, but you actually wrote stuff down.
Well, it's okay to wing it. Some things you have to do that. So I actually wanted to start with the bads because I had more good things than bad things.
So we're not going in chronological order.
No.
That's fine.
Okay, so I think the main thing that was really bad for me this personally this year was that I live away from my hometown. Like, I moved away.
Yeah, she now lives away because of college. She's about, it was about a 3.5 hour drive.
Yeah, it's about 3.5 hours away from where my hometown is. And even though I went to a community college for the first 2 years of college, I went to community college. Honestly, I felt like I still wasn't ready to move. And for the first 2 months, I was really homesick.
No boy, yeah.
It was awful. I cried almost every other day because I wanted to go home. But then as soon as I got over that, I figured out, you know what, this is okay. It's not that bad.
Now, education alone, would you prefer university or community? Because clearly you would go back to community just so that you'd be with me, your family, and other friends that still live in the town from we went to high school.
Yeah. For me, honestly, the university isn't that bad because I did this on purpose. I picked a major that doesn't have a lot of people, so a lot of my classes were only like 30 people. And
I feel like not that many people are that great with animals, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, compared to, say, people going for a business or art degree.
Well, there's nothing wrong with...
No, there's nothing wrong. I'm just saying the comparing the amount of people trying to get...
Oh, yeah, I totally get you.
Kind of degree.
I'm majoring in wildlife, by the way.
I'm trying to be a biomedical engineer.
Yeah, he's really good at math.
I got a C in my math class this semester. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but that's like differential equations. That's really hard.
Yeah.
And that's another point that I have on my thing is that I put down exactly school kicked me really hard.
Okay.
Well, it was a different format than I was used to. Like, for example, in a community college, it's almost like high school 2.0.
Yeah, it was.
So,
parking was crazy, though.
Oh, parking was nuts.
We literally had an area designated as Africa.
Yeah, we called it Africa because it was so far away from
it was like
campus.
It was like a quarter mile at least. But I have a farther walk when I go. Like, I go to a college that's only 20 minutes away from here. And it's usually like a 10-minute walk just to some of my classes from the parking lot.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I don't even drive because my campus is so big. I just use buses.
Oh, yeah. You live like maybe a couple minutes away.
Yeah, but still. Buying a pass was like $400. No, thank you. Anyway, the format was a lot different than I'm used to. So, for example, in a lot of my classes, we had like eye clickers. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it's like a little clicker that you would have a specific number, and the teacher would have like on their PowerPoint, they would open up a certain app or whatever on the computer, and you would click in your points. It would be A, B, C, D, or E, depending on the question asked, and those were your participation points for that class. So technically, it was an incentive for you to be in class. But I had never had that before, and I also wasn't used to like the grading system in like a regular university.
Back at the clicker thing. I had something like that. Like, it wasn't any of my classes, but when I had to go, oh god, what is it called? When you first go to a college, you have initiation or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Um, we sort of had that, but it was a bit more of like a review of what we were talking about, and it was with our phones instead because you're not going to give an entire auditorium with clickers. That's going to take like more time than it should. So it was just like we used our phones for it, and I don't know if one of them was like you could put in your own answer or not, but I remember some point something like some sort of meme is their answer.
Oh, we've had people do that. There was this one guy like where we had to do where we had to type in an answer, and then some dumbass person put in Harambe, and I was like, oh.
But the whole class laughed though.
They did.
Did you laugh?
No. I was like, why? But anyway, that was a lot different.
Okay, you were on the grading system?
Yeah, the grading system. So like, for me, it was about how many points you get. I mean, it's always been about that, but
Yeah.
But like I had a lot of curving systems like that I didn't have in my community college. Like if you just made, let's say you made a D on a test, well then you made a D on the test.
I think that depended more on the professor. Like I had a professor who, I think he got mad at us each test. Like from test 1 to test 3, he progressively got a little bit madder because of how much curve he had to add. I did fine, but for some reason the rest of the class wasn't doing that great. I think it was Texas government.
Oh, I think you told me that.
Yeah, something like that. Like,
and you just revealed where we live. Yay!
I mean, we live in Texas, so
I know.
Texas is big.
Oh yeah, that's very true. Yeah, Texas is like. I read this.
Think about it.
It's like 13 hours long.
Yeah,
I think.
Straight across from like.
No, it's like diagonal.
Oh, from like the farthest parts apart.
Yeah, the panhandle to the tip. Anyway.
And
And no, actually, in my college, you have to have a specific grading distribution, and if you don't, then the deans get mad at you. So they had to like curve their classes a specific way, if that makes sense. So if they have to have 22% of C's, then they have to bump people up in order to do that.
So it's kind of like policemen gain a quota.
Kinda, yeah.
That's a weird comparison.
Yeah, that's a weird comparison. Anyway, that was really hard. And another thing that about college that I figured out.
Are all these college based?
No, only 3 of them.
And are they all specifically at the college you went to? Because you gotta remember, you were still in community college in 2016.
Yeah, but only for like the first 4 months. And that was not bad at all. But anyway, one of the things that was really awful for like the last half of 2016, I had no money.
Oh yeah, you never got a job.
Well, I decided that since it was going to be very, very stressful for me to move in, and I was taking 14 hours, and so I had 2 science classes, and next semester I'm taking 3, so that's a lot. And
3
science classes, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant 3 credit hours. Like, what the hell?
No, I mean like 3 science classes, so I'm taking 15 hours. Anyway, I figured that since it was a huge workload and I didn't know exactly how the classes would go, I would wait a semester to find a job. Well, that didn't really turn out too well. I ended up like scrounging by, like trying. I remember one week I was trying to figure out if I should get gas or if I should get laundry soap.
Oh yeah,
and
I remember
that was difficult. I ended up wearing the same jeans 3 times. It was bad.
If it's jeans, I think that's a bit more acceptable than saying like a shirt.
It was also October, so it was really hot.
Well, that's Texas.
Yeah, I know, but still. So anyway, it was a bad time. I think probably that was the most stressful thing that I had, that being away from home had. I mean, not that it's not that my parents didn't Yeah, it's not that my parents didn't give me like any support because they did. It's just that I would I would not spend my money on the the best things. Like I would go eat out, and then I would be like, why don't I have any money?
Just know that both me and a bunch of your friends have hammered in that you need to find a job down there.
Yeah, I know. So so I that's a lesson learned. I'm definitely gonna do that this semester.
Woo.
What about you? Did you have any problems with money?
Money. I spent a lot more than I thought. Like, I went to a couple more uh, concerts than I thought I ever would. Like, 2016 was definitely the one I went to a bunch of concerts.
Oh, sure you did.
Well, I mean, granted, you paid for maybe two of them. I eventually paid you back anyway, but still, just the thought of it. Because, let's see, I'm going to count down who we saw. I know we saw Disturbed,
We saw Panic at the Disco.
Over the summer. Were the only,
That was the only two we saw.
the only two we saw, okay. And then I was at a bunch of raves, mostly dubstep. But yeah, anything else? I paid for a lot more gas since I became a delivery driver, so that hindered it. And then I don't know. I think that's about it. Like once summer hit, I really had to be sort of self-conscious on what I buy because since we go to Tennessee to see family in the summer and at Christmas time, during that time I have two jobs. One of them we don't meet at all. The other I'm not going to meet as much because again I'm going to be gone for a couple weeks. So I had to be more sparing, and or I would have to ask my parents for money. But money wise, it was fine. Didn't happen. I never got hurt. Had to go to hospital or anything like that.
And even then, I bet your parents paid for you probably.
Yeah. Although the car broke down a couple times, I had to pay for that out of pocket. Thanks.
His car's crappy, but it's okay.
I got it for free.
Yeah, many of people get crappy cars.
It was a hand-me-down from my grandparents.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, and the only...
I at least I can drive places. I'm still happy about that.
Yeah. So the last thing I want to talk about that was really bad is that my Meemaw, my dad's mom, she got diagnosed with breast cancer. Luckily, it was only it was very, very, very early. Whenever she got a mammogram done, they managed to catch it really early, and so they were able to remove it, and she doesn't have to do chemo or anything like that, and so she's perfectly clear. So that's really good, but it definitely gave me quite a scare because whenever you hear the word cancer when anybody and you have
it sort of shifts it throws like a shiver down your spine or something.
Yeah,
like that.
it makes you every time slows down. You're like, what?
That was that recent? Like
yeah,
December or something like that?
Yeah, it was around Thanksgiving time.
I recall you saying something about that not too long ago.
Yeah, so basically what we did is that we were supposed to have Thanksgiving at our house, but since Meemaw had to have her surgery and she can't drive. Like, she lives 5 hours away from me. There's no way.
Imagine my grandparents. They usually fly now.
Yeah, and she's also on oxygen because she used to smoke. She quit because she wanted to be well enough for her surgery, and she hasn't smoked ever since. So that's really nice.
There you go.
Yeah. But that's the only thing. Those are all the bad things that happen.
Bad things with me. God, I didn't write anything down again. Probably just having to cope with you being gone. It was kind of hard. Oh, and I had strep for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Remember before she left in August, I had strep and it was a really bad experience. I was pretty much in bed for maybe 2 days. Like one of them, I just laid in bed and slept, did nothing, didn't eat anything, and because it hurt to swallow. Like it was the first time. And the first time getting it was probably the worst because I never knew what it was like.
Yeah, definitely. Like strep sucks. I mean, I like can't get strep anymore because I have a
You had your tonsils
I had
removed.
my tonsils removed.
Because
So
you had strep a lot more though.
yeah, I had strep almost every year before that.
Yeah, I'm 20 and I got strep for the first time.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be a lot worse for you.
No, I don't like getting sick in the first place. Like I guess I'm a germaphobe, but some things I don't know. It's sort of wishy-washy with me. Some things I care, some things I don't. I don't know.
I usually don't get sick all that often.
Not
I mainly like I think I get sick maybe once a year, and that's just because I get bad allergies.
yeah. I had my flu shot already, so I don't have to worry about that.
I mean, you still could get the flu, but that's okay.
Okay. Other bad things. I can't really think of anything that just pops to mind besides that. Most of the spring was sort of a blur almost.
Yeah. And so you can't think of anything else then?
Can you think of anything that was bad for me?
No.
Nah.
I don't know you.
Who are you?
Who are you? Why are we recording this?
Okay, so then let's shift over and do good things with our personal
Okay,
lives.
so we already talked about the concerts you already did, so I'm going to scratch that off the list.
Yeah, but those are fun.
Yeah. Well, let's start towards the beginning. So I went like at the beginning of the year. For the first time, me and Logan got to go we got to go on a trip to Galveston during spring break.
That's at the very beginning.
Yeah, well, it's close. and
It was a weird thing. Like, my family has a timeshare and they went somewhere during Thanksgiving, but we still had school, so I stayed home. And then they just let us take it, and we went to Galveston Island for a week.
yeah, it was really nice. Like, we're not married yet, but it honestly felt like we were at that point. Because
we went grocery shopping.
Yeah, we ate out, we like went on a fancy date, and we watched a whole bunch of movies and played a whole bunch of games. It was really fun.
Yeah, it was really relaxing too. Plus, I've been to that resort before, so I sort of like guided you around and such. There was that one time when we went for a walk, and there was a bunch of seagulls, and I was like, "You want to go play bowling for buzzards except with seagulls?"
Yeah, like in Timon and Pumbaa.
Did you actually end up doing that?
Yeah, I tried to really yell like Timon and Pumbaa, and then they all flew away, and then whenever I ran back, they all like came back. It was funny.
Galveston. I can't remember anything else.
It was too cold to swim, sadly.
Right, we went to the beach and we dipped our toes and we're just like no.
Except the water, the beach water in Texas is non-existent because it's the Gulf, and so it's gross.
Did we ever go to the swimming pool?
No.
No, we didn't. That's right. We tried to play ping pong, but it was too windy.
Yeah, it was way too windy.
Yeah, the ping pong table was outside.
It was hilarious because he tried to hit it and then it like flew away.
It flew right back at me.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know.
And then, well, and then a little bit later, I mean, I was already doing this, but at that point, but back in 2015, like I had started at the local School of Rock.
Oh yeah.
And because I had wanted to do music for so long, and I had bought myself an electric guitar, and I said, I'm gonna go do it. And then I did lessons for a while, and then in 2016, I decided to like take a blind step out off a cliff and join the adult band there. And like past me would be like screaming at myself but at that point because I would be so afraid, but like I ended up being the vocalist and the guitarist of that band, and it was very
basically she lived her dream.
Yeah, and it was all I had dreamed about, and that was like amazing. I only performed like 3 times, but I want to do so much more. Like, and that's another one of my points is that I found my passion, and that's well, making videos is one of them, obviously, because I get to do fun things like play video games and talk about things I like movies and stuff like that.
We've been inspired by a bunch of people. We won't discuss that now, but it's something that we want to try because we think that our chemistry together, we can bring something unique to the platform.
Yeah, and even though I'm in college, obviously, and I want to finish that, I really think that I just want to get right back on that stage and just sing my little heart out, you know?
Yeah, doing college just sets up a backbone for us so that we can eventually live together.
Yeah, and so we're hoping that, like, if you guys listen to our announcement video, which you should, wink wink,
That probably came out yesterday.
yeah, it came out yesterday probably, but anyway, we're hoping that once we're done with college, we'll be able to get a schedule and be able to, like,
Maybe stream.
yeah, so that'll be nice. And anyway, I'm really want to make my own band and then tour around the U.S. and just have a good time and make music.
It's gonna be hard for me. I don't have an instrument to play.
Yeah.
I mean, I played trombone in high school, but that's not your typical rock band instrument.
Haven't you seen Panic at the Disco?
They throw in, they're not a rock band.
Oh yeah, that's true. They used to be. They're
definitely
they're
more
alternative.
because they put different genres into one thing. It's technically whatever. Oh god, we're getting dramatic now. He can incorporate different genres into like one collection.
Yeah. Anyway, there's that, and then we went I went on a lot of trips this.
Yeah, you went with us to Tennessee again.
Yeah. So Logan's family, they're originally from Tennessee, so.
Well, not originally, but right now they live in Tennessee. Like I know some of them's from like Ohio, I think.
Oh yeah, like your dad's parents.
I think.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Anyway,
If it's not, then my dad's gonna punch me or something. I'm really bad with my family tree.
But I had been once before. I went whenever we had just graduated.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and then couldn't go. I couldn't go the year after that, but I went
2015.
Yeah, but I went the year after that.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so we had to think about it. It's all blurring together, but it's kind of was interesting because we had to drive. We had to use my car, Kevin.
Which was better for me because we usually took a giant van now we have to do rental cars because the van is sort of broken down almost.
Yeah, they have a lot of old cars.
Plus, I was with you, so yeah, I had someone to talk to.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. We had also Logan's family has 3 dogs, so we had one of them.
Oh yeah.
But we had but she wasn't that bad.
Well, see, like whenever you like try to like you're exiting the highway and you're slowing down, she thinks that we're there, but we're not. So she just like starts making noises and start barking.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I don't know if most dogs do that or not.
No.
And then like we approach to a gas station, and she sees someone, and she starts like yelling at them like person.
Yeah.
Like,
but she was pretty good the whole way. Like we just had her in the front seat with us, and
I think we had a blanket and we just rolled her up into it, and she was like a tiny burrito.
And she just slept. Yeah. But it was really relaxing. We went to a museum. We
went to the Nashville Country Museum.
Yeah, because we were in Nashville for the day, and then
traveled out to Nashville.
Yeah, and then we that was really cool. I don't really like country music all that much, but
learning about the origins of like rock and like what built up to that point was really interesting.
Yeah, like seeing Elvis stuff and Johnny Cash stuff was really cool.
Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
I think there was more Cash stuff though. Yeah. There was probably a lot more who's that one country singer who's popular now? He had like his own little section.
I don't.
Blake Shelton.
Oh God.
Well, it's okay. I think it's okay compared to like.
Florida Georgia Line.
I was going to say FGL.
I don't know who that is. Oh, okay.
Oh God, the pop filter.
Okay. But that was fun, and then there's a whole lot of deers there.
There's a lot more wildlife. Like you see signs for deer crossing, ducks crossing. When I was just there, there was like it's like an area in front of a church, and there was like flocks of geese or whatever the plural for geese is.
It's just geese.
Okay. Like how you have a school of fish.
Yeah.
Or a school of rock. Can you have a school of rocks?
I don't know. I don't know what a group
This
of
joke
rocks
has
is
gone on
called.
too long.
Yeah. So we did that, and that was really relaxing. It was, and I played, and I think one of the highlights from that whole trip is that I played. Well, Logan made me do it, but I'm really glad that he made me do it. Is that he made me play Undertale for the first time, and I had waited so long to escape the hype, but it got me.
Well,
and I understand why there's hype.
There was a point where like a bunch of people just. I think it was like Christmas the Christmas of 2015 when it just suddenly blew up in popularity, even though it was released in like.
Yeah, it was like Five Nights at Freddy's
October.
popular, and it was disgusting in my opinion. So I got really irritated with it. I already knew some of the characters because I had seen it so much on social media. I never saw any spoilers or anything, but that I can remember.
My experience with it was that my friend got it for me for Christmas that year, and that's when I played it. Because I was like, if people are talking about it, I might as well check it out since he just gave it to me. Like, I didn't pay for it. And since I really liked it, but it was nothing like I played before. Like, I'm used to, like, just recently in my later high school years, I got into first-person shooters, but beforehand, it was a bunch of stuff for the PS2, like, Kingdom Hearts was definitely a highlight, but then I also played stuff like Star Wars Battlefront or a bunch of 3D platformers that came out for PS2, but Undertale, it being sort of like retro like NES quality of graphics, but then had like a really good story
And soundtrack.
Oh God, yes.
So if for some reason you live under a rock and haven't played it yet, I suggest you do.
You're so mean. We're probably not gonna play for the channel because we both know what like everything that happens, but I've had an idea that we could possibly do for a stream or like have a challenge thrown into it, like a Nuzlocke for Pokemon or something.
Yeah.
Although if we actually did a Nuzlocke challenge, it'd be really hard for you.
Yeah, I'd probably cry a lot. Anyway, that was probably the highlight of that trip because I did the neutral and pacifist run.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do, really.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone got in first accidentally doing the genocide run.
Probably not. And then we did...
spoilers.
Yeah. I mean, most people know that.
True.
Most people know that.
People still talk about it to this day.
I know. But like I said, if y'all haven't played, like if y'all haven't
we just highly recommend it.
Highly recommend it. It's not that expensive, and it's super easy to play. Like there's no problems.
You say that you had trouble.
Yeah, but I'm also
try to play with the controller.
Yeah, if you can try to play with the controller, but if you can, it's not that big a deal. Anyway, and
I think we stroked Toby Fox dick enough.
Yeah, that's gross.
I don't think we've said that much profanity in our podcast. I don't remember.
I mean, I talked about farting. I'm pretty sure once before. But...
I don't know, but that might have been in Shovel Knight.
Yeah, there was and then we played. It was I enjoyed the time with his family. Like I got to meet more people, and then we got along with his cousins, which was nice. And then we saw it was the 4th of July, right? Like we saw the fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
Show. Did we see any movies this time? Because I recall the first time we saw the Transformers.
The one with the dinosaurs.
I'm I like that.
Yeah, I like the dinosaurs.
It's just because it was robotic dinosaurs. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's cool.
That's a child's wet dream right there. Well, mostly boys, but I'm pretty sure you would have something like that as well.
It's still cool.
Yeah. We're not here to talk about Transformers.
Yeah. And, well, it was just a great time. And then we drove all the way back. And that was fun because we listened.
The weather was bad, though.
Yeah, at the very end.
I couldn't see where I was going.
Yeah, Logan was so scared, and it was
a really bad storm.
Yeah, he was driving, and I was the one that was controlling the windshield wipers because he was too freaked out.
Oh.
Yeah. And then
next thing.
Fast forwarding all the way to like a week ago.
So you're just doing trips then? The trips are the only good parts of your year?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, you forgot. You turned 21.
Oh, yeah, I turned 21.
She's not taking it serious, though. She's hardly drank.
Honestly, I don't really like a lot of alcohol because it's really bitter. And I like a lot of sweet stuff. So, like, if anything's sweet with alcohol, then I'll eat it. Or drink it or whatever. I had champagne jelly beans before. They were pretty good. Okay. Anyway, I don't think they had real alcohol in it. But like, anything sweet I'll drink, but it just doesn't appeal. It just doesn't appeal to me.
I think it's something you have to get used to.
Yeah.
Like, I got used to coffee. It was really weird at first for me. I thought I wouldn't like it, but eventually I figured out how to like make it taste better.
Yeah. So and it's only been, and I'm like, I sometimes I forget that I'm 21 and I can buy stuff. I'll be like, oh yeah.
Oh shit! I can get turned.
Yeah. Exactly.
I still have a couple months away, so
that's not too bad.
I have to stick with tea, which is fine. I like tea.
Well, I got a pretty exciting. I had a pretty exciting Christmas.
I wonder if that's going to be picked up. Oh, I wonder if that's going to be picked up. I don't care.
There was a. Well, my parents surprised me, and instead of getting me presents, me and my sister presents, we went to New York City instead, and I had never been.
You sound so excited talking about it.
I know, but like,
I went to New York.
I'm kind of in denial because like I only was there, like I came back last Wednesday.
You're like, I was there?
Yeah, like I really, really, really want to go back, guys. I cannot recommend you going to New York enough. There's so much stuff to do. And the people are actually really nice. Like we
have to title this now 2016 recommendations.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
If only if only for like a couple days, you should totally do it. Go see a Broadway show. The food's amazing.
It's probably best if you just visit. Living there seems terrible though.
Yeah, the traffic. That was probably the worst thing was the traffic. That was...
Drivers are a bit angry there, I think.
Yeah, the horn system is way different. Like, for example, here in Texas, if somebody honks, you're like, oh, what did I do wrong? Is somebody about to get hit? Yeah. But in New York, they just honk for no reason.
We'll probably also get people's attention.
No, they just honk. They just honk. Like, for... Like, even like, if, like, they're stopped and, like, literally nobody can do anything, they're just like, meh, 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 and I'm like, what for? It loses its meaning. And there's also sirens everywhere. That was irritating. So I would wake up at 2 a.m. and I hear,
somebody's in trouble somewhere.
Yeah. But I cannot recommend it enough. It was absolutely fabulous. I had such a great time.
And you saw Phantom?
Yeah, I saw my favorite musical, Phantom of the Opera.
It's a Broadway show. Well, technically it's a musical. What do I know?
Yeah. And...
You just went... You did a lot of sightseeing, you told me.
Yeah, I got to see... I had a lot of good food. And like I said, the people there are actually really, really nice.
You just gotta find the right community, I guess.
Yeah, the only people that were really rude were the people from different countries. If that makes sense, because there were so many people from different countries that were there. I heard people from France, I heard people from China, and I could kind of understand them.
I bet they had sort of a bit of a culture shock, so maybe they just weren't used to it.
Oh, I'm talking about those were the rude people at the theater.
Oh, at the theater. I thought you were talking about New York in general.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to do a quick story time. Okay, so these people next to my mom, at the theater for whenever at the Majestic Theater whenever we were watching Phantom of the Opera. She like these people. I don't. They were of Asian descent. I don't know what country they were from because I couldn't out of earshot. I couldn't hear what their language sounded like.
Do you think you could pinpoint it if you could?
Probably.
You did take Chinese and Japanese.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't remember a lick of it, but
I took Spanish for 2 years. I don't know much.
Yeah, but anyway, and then they were on their phones the whole time. I'm pretty sure the guy next to my mom was either drunk or high, and I'm like, you paid all this money to be here, and then they get up and leave, and so we once the intermission is, and so we're thinking, oh yay, they left, they're not coming back, and then they come back halfway through the after the intermission starts, they're late coming back. And they interrupt me because I have to stand and I can't see half of my favorite song. And I'm just like, oh, fuck you guys.
Well, it's not like you were watching them the entire time. Your attention was mostly put on the show, so...
I know, but it was since they had such a bright screen, your eyes automatically go over there. Oh. And there was another lady in the audience who had one of those stupid flash notifications. And that went off like 3 times.
Why do people do that?
I don't know. And it was also another lady that was I think she was from France. And I was like,
how
Jesus.
How can you tell?
Because she talked and I could understand and it sounded like French.
You understand French?
It sounded like French. And
you're recording. You're like, hey.
Hey,
or you like send it to someone. Hey,
okay,
buddy.
Siri, what's this? I looked to see if my phone turned on and it didn't. Dang it. But yeah, it was... that was the only thing that was really irritating was the people who weren't from New York that were from other countries that were really rude. Other than that, like me personally, 2016 was really good.
So my turn?
Yeah.
Well, you already mentioned trips.
Yeah.
I think switching from community to university was pretty good. Getting the second job, I felt like pretty helped me out. Going to all the shows, I feel like I've said everything. It's getting awkward at this point with all the silences I'm giving.
That's fine. I mean, I guess for both of us, could you say that it was pretty fun-filled, like entertainment filled?
It was. It could have been worse. I didn't like lose a leg or something. Like I didn't have any life-changing events. Most of the people who are close to me, they're healthy. They're doing fine. Yeah, that's about it for me. It's kind of boring, I know.
That's okay. That's perfectly fine.
I could have told more if I wrote stuff down, but I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Now, should we just talk about random things that happened throughout 2016? Like, not directly with us, but like with the world?
So for the world view of 2016, it sucked ass. Lots of people died.
You're probably gonna talk most during this.
Yeah, so my boo, David Bowie, died. He was like my second crush. I was like 8. My first crush was Elvis. You can tell how much of a musical nerd I am.
Congratulations.
Anyway, I was really upset that David Bowie died, and then I saw his final music video and cried even more. Anyway, Prince died, and my mom loved Prince, and I listened to Purple Rain for the first time, and I really want to...
You're welcome.
Yeah, well, my mom made me listen to it in the car before, so... I have it.
I'm getting Jimi Hendrix and Prince mixed up because I thought you meant Purple Haze. Oh God, I'm gonna get shot soon.
It's fine. But yeah, I want to go see the movie. I want to go see the movie Purple Rain now. And I mean, I knew a lot of the songs already because again, my mom loved him, so she played them all the time in the car, the ones that were appropriate. For children. Let's see, who else died?
Deaths are common. It's something we can't really control.
Yeah, I bet you in 2017 there's gonna be a lot of deaths.
Any notable tragedies that you took to heart or something? I knew you kept talking about that pipeline in North Dakota.
Oh, the Dakota Access Pipeline. Okay, I'm gonna try not to get political.
Right.
Okay.
But you notified me a lot, so you had your attention on that.
The power couple does not condone in either party. Just by FYI, you believe what you want to believe. That's fine.
We're.
Oh, I just thought it was a big mess. The corporation was just being a really, really, really mean. Like, regardless of if that was their land, which it wasn't, but regardless if it was or was not their land, like you are treating human beings that way. That is not right.
Yeah, the only thing I was really mad about was how they treated nonviolent protesters. They're not doing anything bad, but I guess in their mind, if they're in the way, they are a problem. It's a really sticky situation.
Yeah, this is so for any politics. Like, I don't really want to talk about much, but please just make sure you're informed. Please make sure you're informed. Like, if you look up news sources from both sides, if you possibly can. The truth is always somewhere in the middle. And
happy 2016.
Yeah, yeah, and
let's get out of politics then.
Yeah. Also, just be kind. But another thing, just be kind to one another. Like, don't be mean to each other if you have a difference of opinion. It's your opinion, man. It's really okay.
Should we talk about our new leader, or should we leave that out?
Nah, let's leave. Let's leave that alone.
Okay.
That just makes
There's nothing to be said, honestly.
Yeah.
So many people have said stuff about him that just seems like pointless to say anything else.
Yeah, it just reminds me of that one in English class when we watched that Donald Duck thing.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
That was hilarious. But anyway, moving on. I'm not going to touch that with the 10-foot pole. Yeah. With social media and stuff, people were just mean to other people, and I really, really, really hope. I don't know if it'll be true, but a lot of more people I feel like will be like, come on, let's be nice to each other. I know that I don't really like what you said, but like.
Is this coming from personal experience?
No. I don't pick fights on social media. That's silly.
Oh, got my chair.
Even though something could make me really, really angry, regardless of what it is. I mean, you could say that green is a stupid color, and I would get mad. But anyway.
I mean, I just usually just want to stay quiet. I don't like.
Yeah, I never post anything like.
I never post on social media.
I only retweet stupid memes or
Don't like most people.
Yeah, like most people. I don't retweet.
I have noticed that on Facebook. If y'all still do that, I think a lot more people do Twitter and Snapchat. What do I know? But on Facebook, I'm seeing less and less people actually posting thoughtful stuff or updates. I'm seeing a bunch of just shares.
Yeah.
Rather than what people are doing, which I guess is fine. I can't control what you do. I wasn't even there for when Facebook started. I got my Facebook late, maybe freshman year of high school, and rarely used it. But you've seen it now. You can see that more older people are starting to get into it,
and they shouldn't.
Well,
I'm just joking. It's just that there's lots of people.
They're not inclined to technology like we are. Like, I have to help my mom with a bunch of stuff, like with her phone and such.
Yeah, but the only reason I'm just being silly, but the only reason that I hate old people they say happy birthday, Sarah, and my name is right there.
Oh, and
they spell it wrong. I'm like, it's right there. You can look at it. You can see it with your eyes.
It's quite a pet peeve right there.
Yeah, but other than that, and then they also, a lot of old people don't use punctuation or grammar, or they use all caps, and I'm like, no.
They do what I do when I text message. Like, I just type it out and send it without reviewing it. I'm starting to get better at that, though.
I mean, that's okay. That's okay if there's a word misspelled by accident. Like, if instead you say if you leave an S off of something or something like that, that's okay. But there was this one person that like always posted in all caps, and I was like, why are you yelling at me? Like,
remember I used to do that. I would, for some stupid reason, I posted all caps. Like, I don't know if it was just updates, but like in comments too, it was just all caps. I don't know why I did that.
Anyway, I think we're getting off topic.
Right, okay. So just general stuff 2016.
I think like a lot of it was political, and I don't really want to talk about that. We already talked about deaths, so I think
we'll eventually talk about forms of entertainment like
music. And
yeah, but
we're about to do a movie review, and it's probably going to come out in the next couple of days, maybe tomorrow.
We'll see. But we also plan to try to do top 10 lists for movies, games, TV shows, and what am I leaving out?
I don't know.
Movies, games, TV shows, and music. I want to put the rule out that it won't all be from 2016, but it's going to be something that Sarah and I have first experienced in 2016.
I mean,
I already know a bunch
with games. You can probably do most of the games.
That's not going to be a top 10 for games because I didn't play that much.
Yeah, I didn't play that many either.
You're just going to be
top 5.
You're just going to be like Undertale in the story.
No, what about Pokemon?
Oh yeah, but like with music, like towards the end, we started listening to we got a bunch of grunge albums, so that might be on there.
Yeah, I'm really, really picky when it comes to music. Him not as much. But
I'm getting better.
But like me, I'm really picky.
I started using.
But I'm also a musician, so I think that's part of the reason why.
I think I listen to more stuff on Spotify than bought albums.
Yeah.
But I prefer to buy albums, honestly. Let's see.
Anyway, look for us at the next review that we do. I believe
it's not really a review, but it's just our thoughts.
It's just our thoughts on. Do you want to tell them?
Nah.
No.
Let's just say it was something big recently.
It was a great movie recently, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.